Hi everyone, it's been another week of art fighting and I have a ton more revenges to show you. If you didn't watch the previous video, I have a challenge to myself this year to revenge every single attack I make. And when I mean that, I also mean like revenge in the same kind of quality slash effort. Like as in, if you draw like a full body, then I'll draw a full body back. If you draw a headshot, I'll draw a headshot back, etc, etc. Also because like I really love doing lighting and the shading and I'm a little bit of a nerd for that, I try and make it so every single attack that I do is shaded, but I like put that into account. So like for example, if someone like drew like a full body but it wasn't shaded, then I might do a half body but it is shaded, just because like shading is my favorite thing to do. So yeah. If you weren't here for the last video, I also have a challenge to myself for this year to try and attack 500 characters this year. I know this sounds like a lot, but most of them are going to be sketchy as like a mass attack, and also all the revenges I do, that number is going to be minused off the main 500 characters. I'm going to make an actual video for this at the end of the month, but because I'm just doing so many revenges and so much drawings, I thought it'd be nice for like at the end of every week to do like a what I got done this week related to Artfight little thing, and also just have like a chat about random stuff. So yeah, hope you enjoy this. I got quite a lot of attacks done this week, 16, so I'm pretty happy with myself, actually. I'm actually much more happy with my attacks from this week than last week. I don't really know why, but I really disliked most of my attacks, revenges that I did last week on week 1. I was thinking back about it, like, why is this? And I think it's because I wasn't drawing the way that I wanted to in the first week. And like what I mean by this is I went back and looked from my Artfight attacks from last year, 2024, and I saw how much more colourful they were and like more saturated. And I don't know, I just think maybe over the past year my drawings have started to become less saturated and less bright and like, I don't know, less me. So I kind of noticed that when I was doing week 1 of Artfight drawings, because I haven't really been doing that much drawing recently. So it was like when I did a big like batch of drawing. But yeah, so basically this week I purposely tried to do a lot more colourful stuff, and I enjoyed myself a ton more, so that's good. Yeah, I was actually having a lot of fun with these revenges. I quite enjoyed myself, actually. I mean, if I'm being honest, I think next year I'm probably only going to attack and revenge my friends and maybe a few people that attack me. Just because during this many revenges is actually quite a lot and very tiring. I feel like these revenges that I did and like attacks, because I'm doing a revenge chain with a few of my friends, I don't really think I was able to put as much effort and time into them that I would have preferred that I would usually. Like last year I had a few revenge chains with my friends and I feel like I really enjoyed every single piece that I did for them. Like I tried to link it to their lore and story, and maybe I just didn't really do it that much here. I don't know, but yeah, so probably in 2026, I'm just going to attack and revenge my friends and maybe a few other people as well. And like obviously do a few revenges if I have time, but you know, not prioritize revenges like this year. Yeah, I think, I know this sounds a bit stupid, but I think in the past sometimes I plan for too much and then realize that I can't actually do it and it's just too much for myself, or like set unrealistic deadlines. I know that sounds kind of stupid, but like I actually have another YouTube video where I did one of those unrealistic deadlines, but I did spend like 2 weeks editing that video and like spending an hour every day editing that video. So I still want to post it because it took me so long, but I just kind of forgot about it. Anyway, sorry, I went off onto a rant. Back to the script. Oh yeah, so last week I asked anyone if they had any questions they wanted me to answer, just for me to answer in this video, I guess. Plus, a few videos ago, I asked people to ask me some questions and I didn't get a chance to respond to them because I took like a break from YouTube because I kind of forgot about it. Anyway, so I'm going to answer those questions now, so question time. If you also want to ask me a question for next week, for me to answer next week, then feel free to ask in the comments and I'll do that. It gives me something to do. Anyway, let me just bring that up. Oh, also, by the way, I got a new microphone, which is really cool. I'm not sure, does the audio sound any better? I hope it does. Because it's got one of those like cool little like grid thingies on the front, which means that like the sound doesn't like pop, and also it has like these glowy cool colors, kind of like those like autistic and ADHD like fidget toys, and they glow and fade and it's really pretty. Yeah, okay, anyway, moving on from revealing that fact that I know about that. Anyway, okay, so first question. Do you play Dungeons and Dragons? No, actually, I don't, but I really, really want to. I don't know that much about Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm pretty sure it's like almost an imaginative game where you use dice and sorry guys, please excuse me for my very basic knowledge on this, but I think you use dice and then like there's a dungeon master and they come up with like situations to put your characters in and then you roll the dice to like for the odds for what how your character deals with the situation. Okay, so I don't really know what I'm saying, but basically I always wanted to do Dungeons and Dragons, but we just never got it because I'm pretty sure the set was quite expensive and also we just kind of forgot about it in general. But I'd love to play in the future, actually. It does look like lots of fun. Okay, so next question. How long have you been drawing for? Practically my whole life, really. I don't know if this is probably everyone, but I drew way before I learned how to write or anything. I mean, actually, today, this weekend, me and my family were looking through, mainly my family, some old drawings that I had that were all stacked up. I'll put a few on the screen now because, I don't know, I thought they were kind of cute. I found this one I did on my parents, they were all wearing, like, rainbow bathing suits. I'm assuming it was meant to be dresses and, like, t-shirts and clothes and whatever, but I don't know. Also, young me had this, like, I don't know, I'm gonna say really stylistic, like, imprint on that drawing because I always drew people with, like, smiles all the way from one eye to another, which, thinking back at it, probably sounds quite horrifying, but that's my, under 3 drawing style, so yeah. Yeah, so anyway, here are some old drawings that I did when I was younger. I don't know where they were, but actually, I might just quickly go on a tangent, because, my dad said something interesting. He was mainly the one looking through all this stuff, because it was quite stressful and overwhelming, because there was, like, a ton of drawings. But anyway, he said it was interesting looking through, like, my stuff versus my sister's drawings, because my sister, she put a lot more, like, I'm gonna say she put a lot more effort and practice into her drawings, because, like, if she wanted to draw eyes, she would, like, practice really, really well, and she'd do, like, watercolor eyes and stuff. She'd get really, really good at it. Like, her art is really beautiful. I'm actually gonna put a few pictures up, because, I don't know, I really like my sister's art. Yeah, so, like, she would do, like, quite a few, like, finished pieces, like, lots and lots of finished ones, and her art was just really, like, she put a lot of time detail and it looks really beautiful. Whereas for my drawings, I just had, like, a ton more, but they were just, like, mainly just quick sketches of, like, ideas or storylines. Mainly storylines, actually. I love telling stories. But it's just, like, scenes of different stories, almost like a comic on each piece of paper. And they just be, like, mostly scribbles or, like, quick stuff. And I'm pretty sure it's because, like, I've been diagnosed with ADHD, inattentive ADHD. But that just means that, like, your mind just kind of goes blop and just, like, vomits out a lot of, like, ideas and thoughts. So I basically drew, like, a ton of different ideas and storylines and stuff, but I never, like, really finished any drawings. Like, I don't actually think there was one drawing that was finished there, like, at all. I remember, like, several times, like, there were, like, 7 different times during my childhood where I would make a drawing and want to finish it. One of them was a My Little Pony drawing, and I never finished it over the, like, 3 years, and I tried to color it in, and it's just like, nope. Yeah, so basically I'm good with doing the sketches, the concept, the idea, and also lighting, because I enjoy lighting, but, like, talking about actually finishing stuff, not so well. So, like, for example, with my graphic novel Wolfbound, I'm still working on the website, by the way, but if you want to know more about it, I'll put the link to the description when I finish it. The website, I mean, talking about Wolfbound. But anyway, when I did Wolfbound, the stuff that I enjoyed the most were, like, thumbnailing all the pages, doing the sketches, inking it was okay, it was a bit tiresome, but not too bad, but then when you had to put all the flat colors in, that was the most boring bit. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, that took me, like, a year and a half just flatting it, like, also in between doing my GCSEs, so I had quite a lot of, like, schoolwork, so it was quite difficult to work on Wolfbound, especially with, like, some other personal stuff that was going on at that time, and also just, like, mental health being quite low. But, like, just doing the boring stuff is really tiresome. Like, if in the future, I would really love it for my comics to be successful, etc., I would love to hire a flatterist. Sorry, stutter sometimes. Just because that'd make my life so much easier. I really hate doing the repetitive stuff. Yeah. Sorry, I kind of went on a rant there. Where was I? Next question. Okay, what program do I use for editing videos? I use Premiere Pro. Here's a screenshot of the setup that I'm using right now to edit this video. Premiere Pro is Adobe, and it's really good. Not that I've used anything else, but, like, I once heard someone use, like, CapCut or something, I'm not sure, to edit a video, and I was like, oh my gosh, because I think I've seen it, and it just looks very hard to edit. Obviously, okay, ignore what I just said, I've never used it before, I don't know if it's good or not, but it looks like it's very difficult because I think you use it on your phone or something, but yeah, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, today I also it's because my parents are graphic designers and do like a web agency and stuff, so that they have the Adobe program, so they said I can use it when they're not using the apps. So I just found out today that in their package they also have Adobe Audition or Audition. Sorry, I don't know how to say it. But anyway, so yeah, so that's what I'm using right now to record. I used to use on my phone the app Recorder from Google. Okay, so next question. What are your top 5 shows/movies right now? I see the subtle hint at K-pop Demon Hunters. I actually really want to do a YouTube video on K-pop Demon Hunters and like my analysis of that film, because I think it was really cool. I do think there are a few problems with the film, but like overall it was really good. So yeah, I'd really like to do an analysis of that at some point. Top 5 shows/movies right now. I don't know if I've actually watched enough stuff to have a good idea of stuff I like right now, but I can tell you like stuff that I like in general. Probably right now my 2 main things are Rick and Morty and Star Trek Next Generation, because that's what I'm watching right now. I love Rick and Morty because it has so many ideas in it, and I just think it's like, wow, like I did not see that coming. I just love it. It's a bit gross sometimes, Rick and Morty. So, you know, you're just like, ugh, and you just look away. I actually once tried to watch an episode while I was eating lunch, and that did not work out well. Yeah, it's just a bit gross. Sorry. Yeah, so I watch Rick and Morty because I like the ideas. Anyway, then Star Trek Next Generation, kind of watching through that right now. I'm in the 4th season, I think. But yeah. Other things, shows and movies. I don't actually think I have a favorite movie right now because I haven't really been watching. Oh yeah, we've recently been watching. Me and my family every weekend on Saturday we have movie night, and we rotate who gets to pick. And recently we've been watching all the Mission Impossible films from the start. So like literally for the past like 6 weeks we've just been watching that in order. I think we're on the 6th Mission Impossible now, but that's what I've been watching recently. I would like to give you some of my other shows and films, but I honestly don't really know. I can tell you my favorite shows, like, from when I was a kid. Actually, I still love them now, so my just favorite animated show. I don't really like watching live action that much, apart from Star Trek and other stuff I've watched recently. Most of my favorite shows are animated. Like, I have a list of this, but I'm sorry if I miss one out. Steven Universe, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Adventure Time, Gravity Falls. When I was younger, My Little Pony was my favorite show ever. My sister loved watching Scooby-Doo. I don't really like. It's a bit, yeah. I didn't really like that as a child. What was it? Avatar: The Last Airbender. Love that show. Kipo, Age of the Wonder Beasts. That's amazing as well. I really love that one. She-Ra, the new one. She-Ra, Princess of Power, the new one. That one's cool. I like the talking horse. Okay, I feel like there probably is like 2 other like extremely core like shows, but I don't remember. Oh, recently my sister rewatched the Lego Movie. Sadly, I couldn't watch it because I missed the opening part, but the Lego Movie was like really core film for me when I was younger. I started re-listening to Lego Movie 2 songs, like the Evil Queen and the Sisterverse or something. Oh no, I really, really love that film. I always thought that like I was on the side of the brother versus the sister, but I really love all the sister character designs actually. Anyway, sorry, I'm pretty sure this audio is way too long. Let me get back to the script. Oh, that's basically the end of the script. Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This, like, me ranting about whatever. My Artfight link's in the description if you want to attack me. I will try and revenge everyone. I kind of need to, but yeah. This is the previous. I'm going to put the previous video on the screen from last week if you want to watch that as well. And next to it, I'll put week 3 for when I do release week 3. And, oh yeah! Sorry, forgot to mention. I've actually been editing a Ditsies video when I entered like 5 different Ditsies. I've been working on it since last month. I just keep forgetting about it. But I drew the Ditsies like a month ago, or a month and a half ago, or maybe 3 weeks ago. I actually don't remember. My time sense of time is really bad. But anyway, the deadlines for the Ditsies are coming up really soon, so I need to like edit and post this video because I still haven't shared the Ditsies stuff that I've done. So I'm probably going to be a surprise video within like the next few days whenever I get around to editing it. But I see you later. Have a nice week. See you guys next time.